Chocolate mousse is one of the most delectable desserts out there. Today we'll be showing you how to make sugar pie. And today we'll be switching it up a bit and making the ultimate nachos.
Obviously, for most people, it takes a great deal of willpower in resisting the temptation of yummy, yummy food.
And really yummy cheese appetizer.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com. And in part one of our interview with Dr. David Kessler, he tells us more about the insatiable North American appetite. If we could have you start by telling us what your main premise in the end of overeating is.
I was very interested in trying to understand why it's so hard for so many of us to resist food. I was watching Oprah one day, and this woman, very well educated, very well dressed, very intelligent, said, I eat when my husband leaves in the morning for work. I eat before he comes home at night. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm sad. I eat when I'm hungry. I eat when I'm not hungry. And I don't like myself. And I wanted to understand what's driving that behavior. And I wanted to understand the science. And I wanted to be able to explain it to that woman. And what we now know, we have the science that shows that the brains of millions of North Americans are being excessively activated. So they're being hijacked.
So what is it that is causing us to lose control over our eating?
Take a vanilla milkshake. What is about the vanilla milkshake that drives consumption, drives that wanting? Is it the sugar? Is it the fat? Is it the flavor? The sugar is the main driver. But when you add sugar and fat together, we just think it tastes good. But in fact, the more multi-sensory, the more reinforcing the food is, it activates our brains, and we see those circuits becoming activated and not shutting off. Understand the cycle of consumption. I'm walking down Powell Street the other day, and I start thinking about chocolate-covered pretzels. Why? Because I had been on that street 6 months earlier, and I had forgotten. That's a cue. Sometimes it's the street that's the cue. Sometimes it's the time of day, the location, the smell, the sight, just getting in a car sometimes. So you get cued. That activates the brain, that grabs your attention, it increases your arousal. And then you have to either consume it to get it out of your brain, or you go on, you get distracted and you go on to something else. But every time you engage in that behavior, every time you respond to that cue, you strengthen the neural circuitry so that you end up doing it again and again and again.
Is it the food industry that's, playing to our cravings, or is it ourselves for not being able to fight the urges?
The food industry argues that they're just giving consumers what they want. We now know that they're stimulating the brains of millions of North Americans. Once you understand that our brains are constantly being bombarded with these stimuli. And that's the reason why people are overeating. Does the food industry have to change? Absolutely. Does government have an increased role? Sure. But what's most important is once you understand that your brain is being manipulated, you can fight back. You can try to cool the stimulus, and you can prevent the manipulation.